If you're passionate about good food and have a creative flair, then this career may be for you. On the menu today, we have a chef. Hi, I'm Viviana.
Hey, Viviana, Mike, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So what's cooking?
Yeah, well, let me show you. My name is Mike Wilkins. I'm the executive chef here at Vaccaro Kitchen and Drink in Kelowna, BC. As a chef, I am the creator of food, the keeper of standards, and then enforcer of policies. Orders come in, we cook the food, goes out to a table in a timely manner, and then we all obviously quality check to make sure that the guest is enjoying it. If there are any hiccups, the role of a chef is damage control. The most important thing is problem solving. Half my day is spent diffusing problems and motivating people and doing my best to keep them focused.
So being the head chef of a small business sounds like you're wearing a lot more hats than just the chef hat.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could say it was all about cooking, but realistically, there's a lot more to it on the administrative side. Invoicing, food costing, menu development, as well as the creative aspect too.
Generally when I come in, I set up my computer, I go through my emails, any invoicing that I have to do. I do everything from writing the menu, to the formatting of it, to the printing.
And then I'll move into the kitchen, turn the equipment on, start going through my coolers, double check the prep list, make sure that nothing was missed, set up my cutting boards, and start chopping away. There's a lot of variables in my schedule, but it's also extremely dependent on the season. If you're running a skeleton crew, chances are I'm going to be working 10 to 12 hours in a day, but obviously if the season slows down in something like the winter, I could be working a little bit shorter days. So generally I would come in around 1 p.m. and probably leave around 9 or 10.
So, how do you know how much to prepare? How do you know how much to order? How do you keep track of all that?
Well, it starts with a clipboard and a pen. It makes writing a prep list easier, it makes placing your orders easier, and it basically just keeps everything in line.
Whipped cream, those are 3 1/3. So this starts off as a list, and then it becomes a communication tool for the rest of the team.
Well, exactly, yeah. So it just makes everybody's job a little bit easier. If I can, mark amounts of particular volumes and pars of what I have the night before, then the person coming in the next day knows already what they need to make. Going to culinary school was great. It's a phenomenal experience. I'd recommend it to anybody given the opportunity. But anybody can pick up a book. Anybody can go online. Anybody can study on their own time. And the more intense you are about it, the more passionate you are about it, the more successful you're going to be, obviously. Getting your foot in the door is probably the easiest thing you could do, whether it be at an entry-level position like a dishwasher, moving up to a prep cook, then a line cook, first cook. The sky's the limit. That's why it's such a cool industry is because, it could be for anybody that really wants to do it.
So this is where all the magic happens.
It is.
What are you going to be cooking today?
Well, it's actually what you're going to be cooking today. It's going to be one of our signature dishes, the coffee-crusted duck breast.
The toughest part of the job is probably managing the personalities. So having good social skills, delegating things to your staff, finding a way to motivate people and be a good leader is a good way of keeping everybody on the same page.
All you have to do is open this container with this spoon, and you're going to put it in this pan. When you prep something ahead of time, you don't necessarily fully season it because you always want to adjust to service. I'd say we're about a minute and a half from plating. So now we're going to cut the duck breast. The 3 F's of management that I was taught are firm, friendly, and fair. All right, and then we're going to adjust this right here. As a chef, you obviously use your hands a lot. There's a lot of
fine-tuning when it comes to plating, heavy lifting. There's lots of things throughout your day that you need your hands for.
The most rewarding thing for me personally is when I've created a dish and one of my cooks can execute it perfectly and then the guest enjoys it as well. That's probably the most rewarding feeling. I want to consider myself a restaurateur somewhere down the line. I love the idea of having full control on it being sort of like your baby and getting to kind of do what you want. The best advice I could give to somebody is just get your feet wet, but make sure that you're into it. It is a trying business and it's not always going to be easy, so just make sure that you're disciplined and you really believe that you want to do this because then you can.
Mike, thanks for a great day. I feel like I really know my way around the kitchen now.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Join us for dinner soon.
Sounds good. Once again, I'm Viviana for Career Check, reminding you that this career could be yours. We'll see you next time.